Hi everyone, welcome back to my class. Good morning dear students. Again, this is Eva Mordi Guadalupe, your teacher in Empowerment Technology subject. Last time, we discussed about ICT or Information and Communication Technology and its trends, which is very important to us, especially to the students like you. Now let me present to you our new lessons for today, and it's all about online safety, security, ethics and etiquette, and contextualize online search and research skills. Yes, I'll be discussing to you two lessons, but before that, let me present to you our objectives for this morning. Okay, objectives. First, apply online safety, security, ethics, and etiquette. Second, discuss what constitutes appropriate and inappropriate online behavior. Next, use the internet as a tool for credible research and information gathering to the best achieve specific class objectives or address situational. And last, aware about different research engines. Okay, those objectives that I've mentioned will be our learning targets that we should meet after the discussion for this morning. Let us discuss first the online safety, security, ethics, and etiquette. Okay. Are you safe and secured online? Okay, let us reflect this question. Are we really safe and secured online? Well, it is more important now than ever to be responsible with our cybersecurity practices, not just at work, but also at home. It is important to make sure your device, your information, and your privacy are secured as possible. Now I want you to observe the following images. Okay, this will be your first image. Second, and third. What did you observe? What do you think happened to them? Yes, they experienced harassed, maybe threatened, embarrassed, or targeted by another person. Online threats and mean, aggressive, or rude text, tweets, posts, or messages all count. So thus posting personal information, pictures, or videos designed to hurt or embarrass someone else. The Internet. Internet is defined as the information superhighway. This means that anyone has access to this highway can place into and grab into info rather. So no doubt that the internet can be an extremely useful tool for young people. But instant messaging, chat rooms, emails, and social networking sites can also bring trouble, from cyberbullying to more serious internet dangers. Next is online safety. It is refers to the practices and precautions that should be observed when using the internet to ensure that the user as well as their computers and personal information are safe from crimes associated with using the internet. When you say online safety, this is trying to be safe on the internet. It is the act of maximizing a user's awareness of personal safety and security risks to private information and property associated with using the internet and the self-protection from computer crime. Okay. Next is the types of information with risk. Okay, we have mother and father's name, sharing your sibling's name, your address, your home and cell phone number, your birthday, your email address, the first, middle, and last name, your current and previous school. Okay, keep your personal information top secret. You should avoid sharing your personal information on the internet because placing personal information on the internet increases the likelihood that you may have your privacy invaded. Problems may range from receiving unsolicited mail and phone calls through being a victim of identity financial fraud. Okay, the next is online safety tips. There are some tips to stay online. First, be mindful on what you share online and what site you share it to. Second, do not just accept terms and conditions. Read it. Third, do not share your password with anyone. Next, check out the privacy policy page of a website to learn how the website handles the information you share. Okay, and other tips, know the security features of the social networking site you use. By keeping your profile private, search engines will be not able to scan your profile. Next, avoid logging into public networks or Wi-Fi. Browsing in incognito or private mode, a feature of a browser, will not protect you from hackers. Do not talk to strangers whether online or face-to-face. Another tip, never post anything about a future vacation. It is similar to posting "Rob my house" at this date. Another, add friends you know in real life. Avoid using untrusted website. Install and update an antivirus software on your computer. Use only one antivirus software to avoid conflicts. Then if you have a Wi-Fi at home, make it private network by adding a password. Okay, another tips, avoid downloading anything from untrusted websites. You are most vulnerable in peer-to-peer downloads or torrents as download is most likely not monitored by the site owner. Next, buy software, do not use pirated ones. And last, do not reply or click links from suspicious emails. Unsafe surfing can also lead to other threats, from embarrassing personal comments or images that, once online, are nearly impossible to erase, to getting mixed up with people you'd rather have had nothing to do with. So you must follow those tips I read earlier to avoid getting into trouble online or in offline. Next will be the internet threats. We have malware, which stands for malicious software. Malware is a term used to describe any program or code that is created with the intent to do harm to a computer, network, or server. Let, let us proceed to the types of malware. We have virus, which means a malicious program designed to replicate itself and transfer from one computer to another, such as internet local networks, FDCDs, and etc. Virus is a common type of malware. This is a malicious software program loaded onto a user's computer without the user's knowledge and performs malicious actions. It can self-replicate, inserting itself onto other programs or files, infecting them in the past process. Next type is worm. A malicious program that transfers from one computer to another by any types of means. Often it uses a computer network to spread itself. What are the examples? The I love you worm, livebug worm created by a Filipino. When you say worm can spreads copies of itself from one computer to computer. The worm can replicate itself without any human interaction, and it does not need to attach itself to a software program in order to cause damage. This is different from virus because it can stand alone malicious program that can self-replicate and propagate independently as soon as they have breached the system. Next type is Trojan. Trojan, a malicious program that is disguised as a useful program but once downloaded or installed, leaves your PC unprotected and allows hackers to get your info or your info. A Trojan or Trojan horse is a type of malicious code or software that looks legitimate but can take control of your computer. Viruses can execute and replicate themselves. A Trojan cannot. A user has to execute Trojan. Next is rogue security software. Tricks the user into posting that it a security software it asks to use to pay to improve his or her security, but in reality they are not protected. Technically speaking, rogue security software is most times a Trojan that needs successful social engineering to trick the user into installing it and is normally disguised as another app, software, or extension. Next is the spyware. Spyware, a program that runs in the background without you knowing it, thus called spy. It was the ability to monitor what you are currently doing and typing through key logging. So this is a type of malware that it is unwanted software that infiltrates your computer device, stealing your internet usage data and sensitive information. Spyware can also interfere with a user's control of a computer by installing additional software or redirecting web browser. Under the spyware is the keyloggers. This used to record the keystroke done by the users. This is done to steal their password or any other sensitive information. A keystroke logger is monitoring software or hardware designed to record what you write. It could be either a program on your computer or a small device connected to your PC and keyboard, which keeps track of everything you've been typing. Another type is adware, in which a program designed to send you advertisement, mostly are pop-ups. When we say adware, it falls under the heading of malware and is primarily not dangerous, but very inconvenient because the software can change the browser homepage, bringing unwanted advertising on the screen or even installing a new toolbar. Adware can be extremely unpleasant while surfing or working on the internet. Okay, another internet threat. Second is the spam. This is unwanted email, mostly from bots or advertisement. It can be used to send malware. It is the electronic equivalent of the junk mail that arrives on your doormat or in your post box. However, spam is more than just annoying. It can be dangerous, especially if it's part of phishing scam. Run phishing scams in order to obtain passwords, credit card numbers, bank's account details, and more. Next is phishing, another internet threat. Its goal is to acquire sensitive personal information like passwords and credit card details. This is done by sending you an email that will direct the users to visit a website and be asked to update his or her username, password, credit card, or personal information. Phishing is a criminal activity that uses social engineering technique to steal users' information. It is a cybercrime in which targets are contacted by email, telephone, or text message by someone posing as a legitimate institution to lure individuals into providing sensitive data such as personal identifiable information, banking and credit card details, and passwords. Next is farming. This is more complicated way of phishing where it exploits the DNS or the domain name service system. Farming is a type of cyber attack that hijacks a legitimate website's traffic and instead direct it to a malicious web server. But unlike phishing attacks, farming attacks don't rely on tricking a user into clicking on a malicious URL. In one form of farming attacks, code sent in an email modifies localhost file on a personal computer. Okay, again, phishing. This is illegal act of sending emails or messages that appear to come from spammers. Phishers often try to get people to send them their personal information, everything from account numbers to password. Next is Netiquette. Netiquette comes from the word network and etiquette. This is a set of rules and norms for acceptable conduct or behavior online. So in general, netiquette is a set of professional and social etiquettes practiced and advocated in electronic communication over any computer network. Common guidelines include being courteous and precise and avoiding cyberbullying. To cut it short, it is a network etiquette, the do's and don'ts of online communication. Next is computer ethics. It is concerned with how computing professionals should make decisions regarding professional and social conduct. Why do we really need to concern about computer ethics? Of course, in order to protect personal and commercial information such as login and password info, credit card and account information in government and commercial databases. It helps to control unwanted internet mails and ads or spam. Next is the 10 core rules of Netiquette. Again, Netiquette are the do's and don'ts communication online. First rule, remember the human. You need to remember that you are talking to a real person when you are online. The internet brings people together who would otherwise never meet. Second rule, adhere to the same standard of behavior online that you would follow in real life. You need to remember that you can get caught doing things you should not be doing online just like you can do in real life. Next, know where you are in cyberspace. Always take a look around when you enter a new domain when surfing the web. Get a sense of what the discussion group is about before you. Next is respect others' people time and bandwidth. Keep your posts and emails to minimum by saying what you want to say. Remember, everyone won't answer your questions. Next, make yourself look good. Be polite and pleasant to everyone. Always check your spelling and grammar before posting. Know what you are talking about and make sense of saying it. Okay, another rule, share expert knowledge. Simple, you just ask questions online and share what you know. Next, help keep flame wars under control. You should keep flame wars under control because Netiquette does, however, forbid people who are flaming to hurt discussion group by putting the groups down. Next, next, respect others people's privacy. Do not read other people's privacy without their permission. Going through other people's things could cost you your job or you could even use a job. Next is don't abuse your power. Do not take advantage of others people just because you have more knowledge or power than them. Treat others as you would want them to treat you. It is the roles were reversed. And last rules is be forgiving of other people's mistake. Do not point out mistake to people online. You still need to have a good manners even though you are online and cannot see the person face to face. And that's are the 10 core rules of Netiquette. Do you have questions about online safety, security, ethics, and etiquette? So if none, let us proceed to our new lesson. So our next lesson is all about contextualized online search and research skills. Now, try to do a Google search using your own personal name. Reflect the result of your entry. Okay. Contextualize meaning to study and review. Contextual online search is a form of optimizing web-based search results based on context provided. The services differ from current search engines based on traditional information retrieval that return lists of documents based on their relevance to the query. Rather, contextual search attempts to increase the precision of results based on how valuable they are to the individual users. Okay, next, what is online search? Online search is the process of interactivity searching for and retrieving requested information via a computer from a databases that are online. Interactive search became possible in the 1980s with the advent of faster databases and smart terminals. It is the state of being in direct immediate communication with computer on which the database is loaded. It is a means whereby a searcher at a remote terminal can access and interrogate databases which contain bibliographical to other data. Today, searches through web search engines constitute the majority of online searches. Now let us proceed to the advantages and disadvantages of online search. Okay, let's have first the advantages. First, ability to obtain large sample which increases statistical power, meaning it increases the strength or magnitude of the study. The more power, the less likely the chances of making a type 2 error. Next, data is automatically coded, so no data entry errors. In order to make sense of data, it must be analyzed. For this reason, data are often coded. Since it's automatically coded, no more data entry errors. And last, it reduces cost of conduct research. For its disadvantages, first, online is not totally secure and theft is one of the numerous dangers it possesses. Researchers' personal information is at risk of being accessed by rogue person. Another disadvantages, some of the materials on the internet have not been evaluated by experts or thoroughly screened. And for the last disadvantages, it is lack of accreditation and low quality. Let us proceed to the research skills. Research sometimes just means finding out the information about a topic. You can certainly develop advanced information retrieval skills in working with sources. However, in specific understandings of research carry a lot of weight. The classic definition is that research leads to an original contribution to knowledge in a particular field of inquiry by defining an important questions or problem and then answering or solving it in a systematic way. When we say research skills, it is referred to the ability to search for, locate, extract, organize, evaluate, and use or present information that is relevant to a particular topic. It enables people to identify a problem, Collect informational resources that can help address the problem. Evaluate these resources for quality and relevance and come up with an effective solution to the problem. Next, so you will need to read on to develop a relevant understanding of what research means in your subject. Next are the important aspects of research. Okay, first important aspect of research. Research design covers the key issue to developing a successful research project. Second, research method takes you to resources essential techniques for carrying out convincing research. And last, it working with data will provide resources on the use of statistics and other numerical skills in research. Next, okay, some example of research skills that you may have include the report writing, analyzing lots of information from different sources, finding information off the internet, and critical thinking. Search engine. A computer program that searches documents, especially on the World Wide Web, for specified word or words and provide a list of documents in which they found. So a search engine, it is a web-based tool that enables user to locate information on World Wide Web. It is a software system that is designed to carry out web search, which means to search the World Wide Web in a systematic way for particular information specified in a textual web search query. So, what are the examples? So, the popular examples are, first we have Google. Next is a Bing. Just do search www.bing.com. Third is Yahoo, Yahoo search. Fourth example is the Ask. The fifth is Wow, the DuckDuckGo, Kutenko, InfoSpace. We have Dogpile and the Alia. So those are the example of search engines. Search engines utilize automated software application, referred to as robots, bots, or spiders that travel along the web, following links from page to page, site to site. The information gathered by the spider is used to create a searchable index of the web. Okay, just do search the www.alea.com. And that's the end of our discussion. Class, do you have any questions? So if none, please go to the e-learning path and answer the activity. Go to the e-learning site, the www.gaiet.com. Then if you have questions or clarification with regards to your activity, just do contact me with this number, 0908-5090-244. You can text or do contact me anytime. And that's all. Thank you for listening. And God bless everyone. Always keep and safe. Thank you so much.